This is the Notebook 9 Pen, and it's the new 2-in-1 from Samsung. Now, Samsung isn't a company that is known these days for making laptops. They're way more focused on their Galaxy smartphones. But with this new 2-in-1 they've brought over a beloved feature from the Galaxy Note, and that's the S Pen. So let's see if this little stylus can set this laptop apart from all the other great ones on the market. So let's start with the S Pen itself. Just to be clear, this is pretty much the exact same stylus you'll find on the latest Galaxy Note phones, even coming down to a lot of what you can actually do with it. The first cool thing about it is that it's got a holder built right into the base of the laptop, just like on the Galaxy Note. Other than the fact that it's a little hard to pop out while on a table, it's a great feature to have to make sure you never lose it or forget it at home. As for what you can actually do with it, the S Pen comes with a nice little set of software features, again carried over from the Galaxy Note. Right when you pop it out, you've got quick access to things like creating a note, writing on the screen, or Smart Select. The S Pen has 4,049 levels of sensitivity, making sketching and writing feel really smooth and natural. You also don't have to charge it, which is pretty cool. The only problem is that it just feels a little too small to be used on a 13-inch PC. You can sort of tell it was made for a smartphone. It's too light and too thin to feel like a real pen, and that's kind of important when it comes to things like more detailed sketching and working with the pen for long amounts of time. Basically, it was designed for quick sketches and writing notes, not really for in-depth creative projects. So artists, you'll have to look elsewhere. As for the rest of the device, there's not much else here that'll catch your eye. Samsung chose to spend most of its time implementing the S Pen, keeping the look of the 2-in-1 pretty similar to its other Notebook 9 laptops. It's got a generic silver chassis that feels pretty uninspired. The keyboard and touchpad are both mediocre, and unfortunately you're going to spend most of your time with those inputs rather than the S Pen. The one area where Samsung has actually done some innovation is in its weight. At only 2.2 pounds, this is one of the most portable 2-in-1s we've ever used, which makes using the device in tablet mode as a clipboard pretty appealing. Throw in a long-lasting battery that should last the majority of a workday, and you've got something that rivals the Surface Pro in terms of grab-and-go capability. The Notebook 9 Pen comes with just one option for its CPU. Fortunately, it's a really good one. With an 8th gen Core i7 processor, 8 GB of RAM, and 256 GB of solid-state storage, you shouldn't have to worry about getting work done. Without a discrete graphics card, you won't be able to play many games or edit 4K video, but it can handle productivity tasks really well thanks to some impressive single and multi-core performance. We did notice that the device gets hot and loud pretty quickly, but that's no doubt a trade-in for how thin and light it is. The Samsung Notebook 9 Pen is not a terrible laptop. It's got all your bases covered, the 1080p display, and most of the top-of-the-line specs. However, at $1,400, it's not cheap, and with all the other great Windows 2-in-1s and laptops out there, it's really hard to recommend to anyone outside the most die-hard S Pen fans.